Sometimes Thanksgiving is rough.
Thanksgiving is rough. He tries to talk about my interests, I try to talk about his interests. He's only interested in one thing, and that is child death. And I am not here for it.
And I ask him to take off the suit for dinner, and he won't take off the suit for dinner.
He always shows up in the... Was he a bunny? He's always showing up in the...
It's a yellow bunny.
In the yellow bunny suit. And I say, Pop.
He's never washed it.
Pop, you gotta wash the suit.
Wash the suit, because I smell your piss over the turkey. And I'd rather just smell the turkey. Welcome, horrible people, to the Horrorble Opinions Podcast. As always, I'm your tater tot lawyer host, Kenny.
Ooh, you got him.
God damn it. I'm your series of unnecessary dream sequences, Daniel.
I'm your bobblehead just trying to get a cab ride home, Ryan. That's all I want. That's all I want, guys.
What's the ride home? Who's gonna take me home?
It's gonna be Lawyer Tater Tot, I hope.
I wasn't even gonna do that until he said he was gonna do it to you, and I'm like, oh, I should do it to him then. That's great. And if you can't tell from this chaos, obviously we are talking about
Willy's Wonderland.
I kind of wish. 5 Nights at Freddy's. Yay! Womp womp womp. You know, children have been waking tens of years.
Well, then they're probably not children anymore.
Some of them probably aren't. Children really are into this, though. My child, in particular. Ryan, have you let your child get into Five Nights at Freddy's yet?
No.
You should. She'd probably love it.
No.
It's fine. Look, it's
Ryan's child is more into Chub Toads at the moment. She's got a Chub Toad collection going on. She's got one from the Ice Age. She's got a 5th edition Chub Toad.
We all get a little chub sometimes, right? Right.
So this movie should have been called The Turning of the Screw. Because there's a lot of screw turning in this movie. You're looking at me like you didn't see all the screws turning in this movie, Daniel.
Well, you're looking at me like you didn't just see the screw turning in my brain as I was trying to understand what it was that you was talking about. But let me tell you, my man, can I tell you something?
What's up?
I understand now.
And can I tell you...
No, you may not. Ryan and I are talking.
We're talking. And don't you dare throw my sleeping pills into the river. They're expensive.
Yeah, those were prescribed.
I'm just going to tell you that those were bolts.
And here's where I reveal.
Screw bolts.
What's the difference?
So screws don't require another fastener on the other end. A bolt does. Screw is its own fastener. It holds itself into the material. A bolt goes all the way through and usually has a nut of some sort on the other side.
Oh no, a chair fell down.
It is yellow.
You want to talk about yellow? We can get into yellow. Do you know how many? There's a yellow phone. The rabbit is yellow. There's yellow in the dream sequence. Yeah, it's a yellow rabbit. Those are some big vents. This movie opens up with security guard trying to undo a bolt in a vent.
Why does this happen?
Because it's the 5th. Is it the 5th day? Now, what? Okay. I don't know anything about the lore.
I don't care about the day thing, but I understand why our security guard gets the job there. Why does this guy get a job there?
No. See, the fact that our guy gets a job there, that's just what pushes him to get it quicker. That's a happy little coincidence for our bad guy. Other people have been getting jobs there to continue our murder.
His thing is kids. He likes kids.
Well, he likes killing. He has no way to lure kids in there anymore, but he gets to manipulate his kid robots into doing killings for him.
So this whole thing is so he can live out his murderous fantasy.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he already lived them out. That already happened. Now he's just hanging with his ghost buds.
Hanging with ghost buds.
His trophies are right there, and he can go dance with them, doing one of Kenny's favorite songs.
I hear secrets that you keep.
How did he know?
I distracted you guys from the opening. Continue.
No, it doesn't really matter.
What's the synopsis? Okay, the synopsis is Willy's Wonderland.
No, because Willy Wonderland.
You guys remember in Willy's Wonderland when I said what it was this?
Yeah, you can't just do that.
You're right, Ryan.
So here's the thing.
Willy's Wonderland was a horror movie for older people. We are not the target demo for this.
But who is?
This is a children's movie. Children.
It's a children's movie about a child abductor murderer who has their ghosts bound to murdering robots. This movie is rated PG-13, and yet it was darker somehow than the rated R movie Willy's Wonderland. And
it was. That's where they slipped up, I think, the most.
I don't think they did slip up.
No, they did. They did. Because they have to commit to one or the other, they're going to lose most of their audience.
You think they should have gone okay, maybe they should have gone further. I would have liked it more if they had gone further towards children.
I think I kind of agree, too, because they already showed they were being effective enough with all their kills off screen until we get to a part where someone gets chopped in half in a shadow. And I'm like, okay, that one was a little...
That probably would have got them to 13.
Gruesome.
We didn't need that.
So they either needed to go all in and, like, let's show some of this shit, like, going on, or you need to just do it all off camera, and then you have a perfect entry-level horror movie for kids. Like, I showed this to my kids because my oldest one was not gonna miss this. Like, she's a huge FNAF fan. And the youngest one, she loves it too. We were borderline on if we were gonna let her watch it or not, but you know what? She's came in and watched some, like, far more intense things, like, with me before. So I'm like, no, I'll watch with her. She's got a blanket to cover her eyes. I can kind of tell when these things are gonna happen as a veteran of the genre. So I could tell her, like, all right, you're probably gonna cover your eyes right here. And she was fine.
Do you threaten her? Be like, if you don't go to bed right now, you know what? A flying cupcake monster is going to come and bite your face. Huh?
I mean, I could have tried that. She did have nightmares when the school year started because she thought her teacher was mean.
Well, those are legit monsters. Daniel.
That's what I'm saying.
This movie about child murdering and abducting has a cupcake puppet that can fly and move on its own. What is this?
That's what's
so.
What's your question?
What my question is, I guess this has to be the deep lore, right, of the game. This is what's happening in the game.
It's so kinda, yeah.
What do you mean, kinda? Is it a choice to have them be murdered kids or not?
They are murdered kids in the game, yeah. In
fact,
it's way darker in the game, but there's a lot more dead kids.
A lot more dead kids.
Whole heapings.
Oh yeah. Whole heapings of dead kids.
I mean, I'm fine with that, but maybe not in my PG-13 movie.
Well, you don't see the dead kids.
Kids love Five Nights at Freddy. It's YouTube's fault.
Casper's a dead kid, and we love him.
This is true.
This is true. We don't see him get abducted.
We didn't see we didn't see these guys get abducted.
No, we saw Garrett get abducted, driven away.
Garrett.
We see it every time.
Garrett's. I don't even think that happened. To be honest, I don't know.
I had a theory
about that whole thing.
I had a theory that it was the ant, but it didn't work, and that's not what happened.
How long did it take you guys to realize that Matthew Lillard was the bad guy and that he abducted the kid?
As soon as he said sentimental reasons. I'm like, okay, well, I knew he owned the place at that point. I'm like, all right, you own the place, and I know Blondie it has to be your daughter because there's no reason she'd be this stupid.
The daughter thing, I didn't know.
So I was looking for because I figured out, I was like, okay, you own it, but why?
But why do you need people
he pauses, there? No, specifically because something happens when he's looking over the guy's resume. He pauses on the last name, and then it flips, and he's like, let me get you his whole demeanor shifts, and he becomes really nice.
Yeah.
He starts treating him differently. Now, Linda's theory at that point and my theory at that point was like, oh, he's related to that murderer's family. Like, we thought he was part of the Afton family, and the guy doing the jobs keyed in on that. But then pretty quick after that's when I was like, oh wait, no. He's the guy doing the jobs is the killer.
Yeah.
So but even
it
Linda
doesn't
was
help
like,
I guess apparently the main character's name
it's Smith.
Is the name of
something
or not?
Mike.
Somebody.
Smith.
I don't know.
Do you know how many Smiths there are?
Michael Afton is a character in the lore, right?
Yeah,
we're gonna get this lore so fucked up.
It's a character who's using the name of someone who's pretending to be someone else. I don't know.
I'm sorry, what?
But Mike Schmidt is the character name of the security guard in the first game, apparently. And
but the security guard in the first game he's pretending to be Mike Schmidt. He's actually someone else.
It's so fucking weird. Look, Daniel fell asleep to a 9-hour lore video. I was listening to it while I was taking my kids to school. I'm probably going to listen to more of it later.
It's good.
I'm intrigued. The lore is deep. It's crazy. And it's great because the guy who made the game wasn't expecting all this, so he had to shoehorn some other lore in there to make stuff work.
Fast and Furious post-Tokyo Drift it to make it work.
And that's hilarious. I love that. Did we ever do a synopsis of this?
Willy's Wonderland.
I swear to God.
Security guard takes a night job guarding a now defunct Chuck E. Cheese.
Basically.
And he's told the robots, the animatronics, will walk around. Why do they walk around? Otherwise, their servos will like freeze up, so they got to walk around at night. That might be a game thing.
From the lore video.
That's like
that might be a game thing.
They don't
say any of that.
They don't tell him
Mike
that.
gets okay. Mike. Oh my God! I'm watching him punch out this guy in a fountain, and I'm like, even I know, dude, that's just the kid's dad. Okay.
You should have asked the question. Is this your kid?
Yeah.
Is this your kid? Or you should have said the kid.
He said, "Hey,
do you know this guy?" And when the kid says no, then you punch him out. But you don't just. But he's triggered because this is what happened to Garrett.
This is what happened to Garrett.
Hey,
he ran through that like he couldn't even play Heavy Rain because he's like, Sean.
Oh man,
Sean,
yeah, he got triggered. He punched his TV.
Punched his TV.
Punch his TV. Are you
punch in the face?
Are you a head case, Mike? Is that what you are? Because you come in here
a
little bit, man. Steve Raglan, is he from the game, or is that name from the game?
I don't understand that name. I just thought it was a cool name, and I said Raglan has ragtime.
Break time, ragtime,
ragtime. Okay. So yeah, Ryan's talking about.
I don't think we should worry about what's in the game, what's not. Let's let the child.
Yeah,
let's let the child handle that.
Well, she was taking me all over the place. I'll let her maybe talk about it. Like bite of 87, bite of 83.
Yeah, there's 2 bites. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
Let's see.
So
yeah, it's a lot, Ryan.
Did they mention the bite of 87 or 83 in this?
No, they did not.
Okay, so she was just bringing that up, right? Okay.
So first she's just going through like blow by blow like we do, like through the movie, taking her notes, which I thought was pretty funny.
Well,
but then eventually she cuts
do.
Well, like we try to. Like I do. Someone's got to do it. So let me jump to her. Let me jump to her. Like
just read her whole thing from start to finish.
So okay, from start to finish. The bite of 87 was caused by Withered Freddy. The bite of 83 was caused by Fredbear.
Okay.
Has to check the air vents. Chased by Foxy, becoming animatronic Freddy.
Okay.
William Afton, kidnapping and killing children. Hero, Michael Afton, question mark.
Yep.
Child, Abby, question mark.
Oh, she's okay. She's
unsure on the mic thing.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, she's never actually played the game. She's just obsessed with the lore and she loves the books and stuff, but she still thinks the games would scare her. Kid gets kidnapped in quotation marks. I don't know why. Hero accidentally mistaken and punches child's father. Michael sended to the police.
Okay, you gotta work on that. Did she correct that? Because it's not sended.
Yeah, she did not correct it. She scratched out something that says sheriff's.
She probably thought they were at the sheriff's office, but it turned out to be the career counselor's place.
Sheriff Steve Raglan.
That guy, okay.
She thought that guy was maybe like the cop. So she thought he got sent to the cops. Michael trying not to get a night shift because he can't work at nights. Abby refuses to go to dinner, gets a job anyway. So that's where she stopped going blow by blow, because I was like, honey, just watch, like, you need to watch this movie. You've been waiting for it forever. Don't ruin it. Then later she jumps in the back here of her little book. This might have been when we watched it the next day too, because she watched it. They both watched it with me twice. Points out the eyes of the animatronics. In the original game, they show black eyes and white pupils, while the movie shows glowing red angry eyes. Drawings. Not so much, but it about kids having fun. So, okay. And she says, spring locks. Found in old animatronics to hold the gears inside.
Gridlocked, yes.
Yeah, she had a lot to say about that out loud, and I still think it's a bad design. And then she pointed out the billboard of Freddy has gloves. Apparently, it's not supposed to have gloves. So, you know.
Oof. So
but she said a lot of things to me, pointing out to me like that wasn't the same Freddy, that was Golden Freddy, and she was pointing out which of the kids was which animatronic.
Yeah, let's not.
Why? Ryan, not all Freddys are the same Freddy.
It's
not all. So there's so many variations of all these goddamn animatronics.
I was wondering.
And they're all different kids.
Okay, because before I knew it was kids, when I saw that the first security guy. They had him strapped down in the chair, and they're bringing the Fozzie Bear helmet over to him, and it's got all the whirling saws in it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I thought it was him in that animatronic, but I guess they just killed him for funsies.
Yeah, they don't really explain why they do that in the movie.
Yeah, I don't like the opening thing. I don't.
It's so weird, and if I hadn't listened to the first 20 minutes of that lore video like Daniel had, I wouldn't have known that.
For me, it's the first 20, last 20.
Yeah. Apparently, the animatronics are left in free roaming mode, so their gears don't lock up.
Right.
And if they see you at night, they might mistake you for just an exoskeleton not in your suit.
And so they'll try and drag you and put you in one.
Into a suit, because it's against the rules to be walking around not inside the full animatronic thing. Why they have their own separate skeleton that can move outside of the suit, I don't know.
Why is that part of their programming?
Yeah, it's a bad move. But also, the guy who made him is a murderer genius, so...
Fine. Pay's not great. Mike goes home. He's got the old red eviction notice on it. Now...
Oh, wait. Hold on. You passed over Scrotum's bolt.
I passed over Scrotum's bolt. Yeah, the first security guy is working the bolt on I think it's the right cuff of the chair.
Here's where I tell you, Ryan, that was in fact a screw.
It was, or it was a bolt. Who knows? But then, Ryan,
talk to me.
We get Scrotum's drawings, and then Ryan, we get an 8-bit opening that shows us the man inside the yellow bunny suit.
I really like the 8-bit opening.
The 8-bit opening was fantastic, and it told us, I think, everything we needed to know.
Yep. If you're paying attention to it. Did you pay attention to it, Ryan?
Yeah, the second time I watched it very closely.
What's that? Oh, my friend says you're an idiot.
Checkmate! Bird box you, friend.
Nebraska is the most boring state I've ever driven through. I'd never have a poster of Nebraska above my bed.
I'm having a hard time even picturing where Nebraska is, like, on the map.
It's fine. I also said that Mike is still a bread man from his Hunger Games days, and he'd be awake way before 6.
Is that PETA?
And then, yeah, that's PETA.
Oh, shit.
But after that, he gets up and he's walking through the house, and he's got a Daniel sock on.
He did have a Daniel.
I'm like, oh, shit.
I was getting some major Daniel vibes from him.
Yeah. Raising some girl that's not your responsibility. Having sick tints.
It was mostly the socks.
People in the mall.
And punching the people in the mall and getting fired for it. But
yeah, his obsession with dream theory, that's a big Daniel thing.
Kind of.
Also, I would have assaulted that lady that was ordering her ice cream fudge on the side.
Oh.
Because she didn't want it to melt her ice cream.
Yeah.
I would have assaulted the shit out of her. Just saying.
Yellow frisbee.
What did she do?
Yellow tint. Oh shit, someone kidnapped Garrett.
Who?
Someone kidnapped Garrett. And his little airplane.
I think Garrett seduced that man.
He came on to me, officer, with his little, like, kind of weird, dopey eyes. I'm with Dale. I got tired of seeing that dream sequence.
I think they had...
Over and over and over again.
3 too many.
3 too many?
You keep putting them in there.
They had 3 too many. I think you keep the first one, and then you just do one with the kids, and that's it.
Well, you do one with the kids to introduce them, and then you do the I think you do need 3, because you need one where he can make the deal.
I'm okay with the dream sequences in general, but you can cut out the part where he keeps chasing after the car and screaming.
Yeah.
Just have him pop up in the world and go interact with the kids.
But Kenny, it was traumatic.
Your mom's traumatic.
You know what? Can we just talk about Doug?
How did...
Was that the lawyer?
The shining star of this movie, really. The thing...
the tater tot lawyer?
I'm going to remember one thing about this movie. And it's Doug and how he doesn't want to be there.
No, he's not supposed. He shouldn't.
Well, that's before. Even when he's at the school, he's just looking around, going, "I don't want to be here." Now, I want to.
That's the face of a man who has demons, and he's working through it.
First off, who prints legal documents on yellow paper? That is not something that is done. Okay.
Doug does. He's got demons. I told you.
Doug.
So it's a demon's yellow paper.
The aunt has hired. Jeez, hush puppy
lawyer
Doug.
She can afford.
I don't know how this happened.
Tater tot Doug.
Tater tot hush puppy Doug.
It's because she's trying to get custody of Mike's little sister.
For why?
Because as Mike says, she wants that government paycheck for taking her in.
Okay,
right.
But Mike's not great, and
Mike is not great,
and cannot hold down a job.
At the beginning of the movie.
Well, that means he hasn't been great for the entire time before the movie started.
Okay, But look at the living situation that they're in.
It's not that bad.
The house, it's not bad.
99% of quote-unquote poor households have refrigerators, Ryan.
I don't know what that means, but how do they afford that place?
Oh, they can't. That's why they're getting kicked out.
They were getting kicked out.
Well, I figured that
as of right now, he's doing fine. The teacher seems to like him. Like, I think he should have been with the teacher. I think the teacher's like, I want me some short kid.
On that teacher salary, they'd be fine.
Teachers don't make that much either, so I think she probably lives in the school.
You have to.
You got to.
You make a tent under your desk.
How much money do you get? Why would you even get money from the government? It's not a foster kid.
So even though it's a relative's kid, you take him in like that, you're still doing the government, I guess, a favor?
No, you're not.
Well, why are they getting a check? Yeah, I don't know.
No. I know people in real life that have fostered family members' children, and they get a check.
That seems like a weird loophole, and I'm not here for it.
I mean, until you figure out how to do it yourself.
You want me to raise your kid?
Yeah, you hold on to Christine, and the Chinese government will send you a check.
Well,
you want me to raise your kid?
My kids.
Are you a mountain?
It's too late for them.
Am I a mountain?
She does a lot of climbing.
Man.
Oh, yeah, she climbed me. I think about it. I've got the power. What do I have?
I've got
the power tower, Ryan. The power tower. She would love the power tower.
Now, how do you feel about someone much smaller than you telling you what to do for the entire day?
Well, I don't like women telling me what to do in general, so we're gonna have a problem.
How do you feel?
Brian, are you talking about your daughter or your wife?
Yes. How
she was going to take your daughter.
I don't want the wife. I don't want the
wife. The creature stays in China.
You think I wouldn't notice? You sent me the wrong Asian.
I could tell. So that's his motivation, is he's got to keep his aunt from taking his sister, his evil aunt. At least it wasn't a rich evil aunt. We can tell that by the quality of the lawyer
she's poor.
hires.
I don't know.
That's why she wants that check. And I like that as the motivation. It's good. Why does the rich evil aunts in other movies want the kid? Because they're going to get an inheritance.
Maybe.
They're not rich anymore.
I'm not sure. I think Mike at the beginning of this thing is not. He's not stable, but he's okay.
He sleeps a lot.
He's okay with Abby.
Yeah, he's good with her. He sleeps a lot, but that's because he's trying to go into those dream worlds. It's not. Well, he's great with the teacher.
And you know what? He's showing up.
And the convenient
but the second if that teacher had picked up a kid, he would have punched her in the face.
Oh, he's got to.
The fucking face.
That was his
He goes to
training.
the hospital just to see the doctor. He sees the doctor take the baby out of the vaginal area and holds it in the air, and he goes and punches the doctor and hands it back to the mom. He keeps getting kicked out of hospitals.
He sees the doctor
and then he screams,
the baby out of the vaginal area.
It's fine. How did Afton get a new secret identity in the same town where he murdered all of those people?
I don't think he got a new secret identity.
I don't think they know he did
His name is Afton.
Right.
He goes,
who's Afton?
No, they assumed he died there. Afton was the guy. That's the family, the Afton family.
Right.
But
he's
now he goes by
caught.
Steve Raglan.
Raglan was never caught.
Afton was never caught. I'm aware of this because he's still out. But they have to assume it's him.
Do they say
in that town?
Why do they have to assume it's him?
I don't know why they. I don't know.
It's his place. The kids disappeared in his place.
No, they didn't.
But
they just disappeared.
Not in this. They didn't. That's in game. They did.
So in this movie, kids in the 80s started disappearing. Now the daughter says they went.
She said they disappeared.
I don't think she said they disappeared from this place. She said this was a
place
where they
Freddy
went
shut down.
This is a place where they came and checked to see if they were here. But why anything?
No.
I don't know.
Doug
I can't wants really to be somewhere else, and he has yellow legal documents. Explain this to me.
All my brain is getting mixed up with lore game.
The 8-bit thing shows the yellow bunny leading kids into the back of the Fredbears.
That's true, it does.
The only kid that I know of that he didn't take from there was when he kidnapped Mike's brother, fucking Dewey.
That's why Garrett's not animatronic, because he didn't get placed in the animatronics.
Yeah. He's in the bobblehead.
But, you know.
He's in the bobblehead, says
Ryan. You think he's Balloon Boy?
So when Mike... Here's my theory of where Garrett is.
Actually, Ryan, you might be onto something.
So when Mike he calls Steve Raglan again, and I'm like, okay, he owns.
I'm sorry, what?
Okay, here's the thing. I don't know if that really was a bug or if I just saw a bug in my mind because it was a shadow that passed over. Because there was a little mosquito that's been buzzing around, but I thought it was over there. But then this was
your reaction was like, "There's a tarantula! There's a tarantula crawling on me!"
Cockroach.
But there was no tarantula.
I thought it was a big cockroach. I thought it was a cockroach, but the cockroach would have to have
the
been
way you're
suspended
right now.
Are you blaming?
Hot as hell.
Are you victim shaming me?
No. I'm painting the picture of I imagine that there's so many bugs and critters running around with how hot what you're looking like.
Well, no,
like,
but there's no bugs because the geckos eat them.
He doesn't have the geckos right now. They're in their other home.
But
he's still looking for something.
It was like a silver dollar size shadow that passed from my arm to my leg, and then I thought to this couch, but now I don't see it and nothing's buzzing. So after he takes the phone call, oh God, what's that?
Yeah, because he wasn't going to take the night job because he's going to watch Abby.
So he answers the phone.
Okay, so there's a phone call. He calls and he's like, "Oh, the guy who can't work nights is going to work nights. Great. Here's what you do. XYZ." So he goes there and he looks at the mic tape and just tells him it's like a promotional video from the 80s telling him what to do. Now, he opens the locker. And then, boom, a cheap jump scare where there's this little figurine holding balloons.
Balloon Boy. Yeah, he pops up everywhere. He's great. And you say cheap jump scare, that's the whole thing of this game. And so they have to do it.
Only if you lose.
Only if you lose.
Well,
and I think
the fun in that game is in losing.
I think that figurine is Garrett because he shows up twice and it's almost like he's trying to spook him out.
In the movie, maybe. I asked Linda about Balloon Boy because she's the one who told me it was Balloon Boy. And she said, like, well, they've never confirmed, according to what she's seen, who's in the balloon, if anyone at all. So she doesn't know.
Balloon Boy's a thing?
Who's in Balloon Boy.
That's
Balloon
from the game, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the dead brother of your protagonist.
In their own shit. Maybe, but probably not. But I like that as the useful gimmick to get him to go into this place and keep coming back to the place that's clearly creepy as fuck. Because he has to have a job in case this does go to court and custody comes up for his sister. Because he has to look as good as possible for the judge. After knocking people out in 12 other jobs, he doesn't really have a lot of jobs to choose from. So he's like, nope, I'm stuck with this. And then he finds out he can sleep in this job. So that's perfect for him.
I don't like that.
That's all he wants to do. Well, you're jealous. That's all it is. You are. Jealous as shit.
I'm not jealous.
You can sleep in your job. Just crawl into that nice
What is he doing during the day?
Sleeping again. Going in the dream world.
All
That's
this
not
dude
restful.
does is sleep.
He sleeps a lot.
And I am jealous.
That's what Max says. He just sleeps a lot.
Yeah, the babysitter spills the details that, Max, he just sleeps a lot. He's a good guy.
We're supposed to like Max. Turns out, Max is an informant.
For the government.
For the ant. We're going to get $200.
Wow.
Now let's talk about...
what you would do for $200?
Butt stuff. Are you guys finding your money? Mike has this recurring dream that we talk about recurs too much. He's intentionally going there, and he does this by looking at something familiar. Yeah, so he looks at that nature poster of Nebraska that he brings into work after tearing it off his bed at some point. He puts on a nature sounds tape, which I think thunder sounds would have been even better.
He's not trying to
he would have been shitting his pants, yeah.
It's fine. And then he goes into his little mind palace and he tries to find out who took his little brother. And we see in the flashback that mom spills a Coke outside on this picnic table.
So is he looking for a license plate? What is he looking for?
I think so.
Any clue, I guess. But the thing is, first off, mom spills like a soda on the picnic table.
Mom spaghetti.
It's outdoors. And she's like, oh, I have to go get a towel. Lady, you don't. You're outside. This is a wooden, random-ass picnic table in the park. It's fine. You don't wipe this up. You just let it be spilled.
Oh, yeah, just let it be sticky. Let it be sticky for the next family who sits there. Yeah, that's great.
Bees.
Fuck that family. And she says, oh, go watch your brother. So the brother goes off running in one direction. Mike stands up and then sees a Frisbee and is immediately distracted. Is Mike a fucking dog?
Well,
this
yellow.
This all happens in 5 seconds.
Yeah, he's distracted in less than 5 seconds.
Not just that, but he doesn't go to the... It's not like the thing that takes a minute. He looks down at a Frisbee And then he looks up and the brother's gone.
And he goes,
no, he walks over to the Frisbee.
Yeah, but the Frisbee's 2 feet away.
Direction. No, it's the other kid's taking off, dead sprint. He's like Sonic. He's got to go fast.
Got to go
Just
fast
like
to
that
my
guy
death.
later who's dropping his coins. I said he was Sonic too.
Someone was dropping coins? Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So, like, he's a dog. He got distracted by a goddamn Frisbee. Watch your brother. Mike's fault.
How about you do your fucking parenting, Mr. Parent?
yeah,
She was cleaning up the soda that you said she had to clean
where's
up.
Dad?
Where's Dad?
Dad's over there complaining about all the ketchup they put on his goddamn burgers. He doesn't care that they like all that ketchup, but why they put it on his fucking burger. I'm gonna kill this kid.
Oh.
Shit.
So that happens.
And then they talk about how
Who's they?
the parents kind of fall apart after that, the movie.
Oh, okay.
Mike and all that. Like, the parents kind of fall apart after that. The age difference between Mike and Abby is pretty far.
It's like 20 years.
So, yeah.
That's
So,
it.
what kind of depression sex led to Abby? Because at that point, the parents had to be so far...
Well, no. After 20
their
years, they're
depression
over it.
cycle.
This is them being like, you know what? We're over it. Let's get another one.
It's not that they're over it, Daniel. It's that their livers are starting to fail, and they're like, "What are we gonna do? Oh, we can make an organ baby."
Parts.
Yeah, we'll just use her for
An
parts.
organ baby.
We'll just use her for parts.
Ah.
It's a much better motive than let's have a baby to save the marriage.
Well, that's not what I was saying.
It was either that or
I was just saying
she's a total oops baby.
She's a depression sex baby. That's why she's so depressed.
Okay.
Can
She's adopted.
we talk about Doug?
Can we talk
All right, let's
about
go.
Doug some more?
Because
We follow Max to a
there's
diner
another scene
and we
with
meet.
Doug.
Yeah, Doug the dopey lawyer in the office with evil aunt, and he seems so out of place. Then we get to see him again at the diner, where we find out that Max is an informant with her brother being paid by evil aunt bitch, Aunt Jane, and her lawyer Doug, and they're having a conversation about how they wanted Max to go through the house to find evidence of what? Criminal child negligence?
Yeah, like needles.
Yeah.
Needles.
And the brother's like, well, you owe us $200. And then the aunt's like, well, you were supposed to bring me the evidence. And the lawyer's like, I shouldn't be hearing this.
I shouldn't be here.
And starts to stand up to leave. And then she's like, sit down, Doug. And then the aunt's going on, like, we need to figure out a way to get my niece away from him. And the brother goes, we could kill him. And then Doug tries to get up and leave again immediately. And she slams him back down. It's like, I really like that idea, but that's maybe a bit too much. And then they get the idea of, well, let's go to his new job and toss the place to get him fired. And the first time I watched this movie, I had a problem with it.
I have a problem with the plan because, like, to get him fired, wouldn't you have to do it when he's there?
So, okay, you had the same problem I had from the first time I watched it.
But now you're going to say he forgot to lock something?
He didn't lock the main gate.
Well,
they didn't go in through the main gate.
The cop calls him out on it. When he leaves...
Just because she says that doesn't mean that's what it is.
That's because
she's
she
unreliable.
She is a lying accomplice to the murderer. Okay?
Yeah, I don't trust
anything she says.
Right. But watch the scene.
Does he not do it?
When he leaves, he doesn't lock it. And the brother of Max is sitting out there, and that's when he calls and says, I see a way in. It's literally the front door.
Good scoping, bro.
Yeah. So it is some negligence on his part. And I think the whole the cop daughter thing, I think she is trying to keep extra people from getting killed. That's why she likes to go around there so much. She knows her dad's killing. Spoilers. But
me, if I was trying to get people from being killed, I would turn in my daddy. But that's just me.
Maybe they got some sort of arrangement where he only takes in like deadbeat, shitty ass people and kills them. And she's like, you're getting them off the streets, like Batman. So that's okay.
No.
I'm not saying I'm saying that. I'm saying, like, if she had a father like Doug, this wouldn't be happening.
She should have been...
No, don't push Doug into that paper bag anymore. You leave
Doug out of this.
Let Doug rise so he can crisp.
I hope Doug is in all the sequels.
Doug better be all the that's what everyone's saying. Doug better be in the sequels. Doug needs to end up in Fazbear's. Like, just in the office, like, clutching his little briefcase. Like, every time something moves, like, I should leave. But then he doesn't. But then they come in there and then they all party because he's got the mind of a child. And they love that.
Hey guys, do you want to dance?
Like, Doug loves to dance.
Vanessa does, apparently. Officer Vanessa.
Yeah!
Man,
okay.
there's just so much, man. I'm like, okay, come, movie, what are you doing? So obviously...
It didn't know what... Yeah, go on.
Obviously, movie, she's connected to this place. Like, she knows exactly what's going on. I know she knows what's going on. The only one who doesn't know is Mike, and he likes to punch out dads in fountains, okay? You even bring in Tater Tot Doug, and he's gonna know what's going on. So what are we doing?
It's for
Cops
children.
Can't just hang out in an area and just stay in that building all night like they have a job to do.
I was wondering if she was even a cop.
I don't know if she really was or wasn't, I guess. But the fact that she doesn't just go to jail in the end.
The ending. No. Let's talk about the cupcake in the vet.
Okay, but first, Brian, I want you to know I just came across my note here that says, I love this lawyer. This is Rai Rai when he comes back to the U.S. in his 60s to start practicing again.
I will do my best. Because I, too, will not want to be there.
Yes. The doctor also, another scrotum's throwaway line, pictures hold tremendous power for children. Mike says, Abby doesn't even like me, blah, blah, blah. She talks to the air more than she talks to me. And the teacher points out, like, no, you're the focal point of all of her pictures. All right, dog?
I mean, see this picture where she cut off somebody's head? That's you.
That's you. That's you. She decapitating.
Yeah. Also, I'd watch an entire movie of Matthew Lillard taking phone calls. He's so good.
You hit me with the phone.
You really call the cops?
Oh, yeah. My mom and dad are going to be so mad at me.
And at one point, though, when he's talking on the phone, he hits that Stu Macher, like, cadence that he had in Scream. I swear, it sounds just like him all these years later.
Yeah, he still got it.
It's great. Yeah, it was so good. First off, no, despite the situation, would you take this job without asking questions? Because, like, I'd be asking, why isn't there day security?
But there's, like, so you don't really have to do anything. So this is a Daniel job.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
End of, yeah, there's,
yeah.
He doesn't do anything. There's nothing to do. You just get paid.
That's true.
I could be doing anything in there.
And you'd probably be doing exactly what he's doing, which is sleeping.
I wouldn't be sleeping. I'd be like listening to a podcast, playing Minecraft.
You'd watch like 9-hour-long lore videos of the place you're in, and then fall asleep.
Maybe I don't want to work here.
Maybe you don't want to work here. You'd be working on your novel.
Oh, my novel. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'd be doing if I was in a place like that?
Push-ups.
Getting those ovens working again and like making some pizza for myself all time of night. Like, the ovens are back on.
I would be dancing with the animatronics, especially once I figured out that they're ghost children. I'd be like, hey, children, want to dance?
Hey, children, want to play with me?
I'm not allowed within 20 yards of a live child, but you.
Yeah, I want you to know I hated that. I hated that so much.
What did you hate?
Bit in the middle where they were all like,
where they're building the fort? I thought that was like low-key terrifying.
What?
Because at any moment you might do the wrong thing to set these monsters off. Yeah.
I don't know if that's like that in the games or not, but we essentially turned it around where the robots are just manipulated good guys. Like they were being controlled to do the bad things, but really they just want to be kids. Like, is that canon?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, he gets in the office for his first night. He finds a training tape, which is fantastic. The training tape starts like tripping balls on him. I bet the pizza in that place sucks like it does at Chuck E. Cheese. You shut your mouth, Ryan. It does suck.
Well, there wouldn't be any food to eat, so.
I mean, there was that hot dog in Willie's.
Right, that was Willie's, though.
Oh, okay. I really wish we could have seen like Crow and Tom Servo like lying around in there.
That would have been funny.
That would have been great.
Dope ass. Yeah, that'd have been great, right? Question. You're working this job. All you got to do is sit there and watch these monitors. You don't see anyone on there beating the shit out of stuff on the monitors. Do you ever leave that room?
Oh, yeah. I get bored. I have to pace. I need to move. Daniel needs to hunt.
I do one of those little wind-up toys, and I lit it on the floor, and then I turn around and go to the office, and then I'll wait for it to stop, and then I'll play detective and see if I can find where it went.
Now, that's oddly specific. Is this something you've done?
That is oddly specific.
Because I don't want to own a real gun, but you can own like a dart gun, which has a cartridge in it, like a clip, and you stick it in there, and you go, and you go hunting. And you see it, you hide behind a couch, you're like, oh. And then you go like, I got you. But then a raptor comes out from both sides and you yell, clever girl, and then you're attacked by toys.
perhaps a ferret or a weasel of some sort, and I just let them loose in the place, and then I would spend the whole day trying to get them.
Let's say, don't you do that with your geckos already?
I don't have geckos. So.
Geckos escape on their own. I don't have to wind them up and let them go.
Whenever the electric fence goes down, they're loose.
And then, no, they test it. I definitely can't sleep in a chair like that.
No.
Would you want to camp out in an abandoned pizza place?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty fun, actually.
Yeah. Like me just straight up wanting to pop in there for a night and be all creeped out? Hell yeah. Work there every night? Nah, that's playing with fire, dog.
I would work there. You guys remember when I said I would work there?
Yeah, you just put
Said it again.
You got your favorite podcast, Horrorble Opinions, going over in your ears. You're fine.
I don't know about that one, about that specific one. It is my favorite. But
he passes himself back out. He has his dream, and this time in the dream, there's 5 children there. Now, Ryan, were you confused? Because how many animatronics were there, Ryan?
How many So there were 5 animatronics.
You're counting the cupcake?
I'm not counting the cupcake. I don't count the cupcake.
You've seen 5.
So I thought I saw. Is the cupcake one of them?
No. At this point in time, what are the animatronics you're thinking of?
Wolf. Fox.
That's a fox.
Fox.
There's fox.
Duck. Is it a duck?
That's a chicken.
There's fox, chicken. There's bear.
Bear. Blue bear.
Fox, chicken, bear.
No, but there's a blue one. Is it hippo?
That's the bunny.
Hippo bunny.
Bonnie.
Oh, there is a bunny.
Bonnie.
So you've got 4 animatronics that you've seen at this point.
No, there's a blue one.
That's the bunny.
But there's a blue one.
My God. So there's 5 kids. And that's the part where I'm like, wait a minute, I'm adding up. And Linda looks at me and goes, oh, yeah, the kid in front, that's Golden Freddy. And I'm like, there's more than one bear? She's like, yeah, there's lots of the variations. It's like, I thought that was all just like weird things they did in the game just to make it interesting, but it was all the same kid. No, they've been putting kids in these animatronics forever, apparently. And so it's not just the ones we see on stage. Golden Freddy exists, and apparently he can teleport. And that's how he ends up at their house later. So that Freddy that goes with Abby later is not the Freddy that's on stage. In fact, he doesn't go back inside with them.
He's a free-range Freddy.
Oh, I'm glad we've got this child to explain this to me, because I didn't catch that.
I thought it was the same one. Really, and I was wondering what the range on these things was.
But you look, the one that comes together, not only is it more golden, it's also missing an ear. The Freddy back into place is fully intact. Like he's missing, like maybe he's got like a missing an ear and a busted eye because it completely freaks out the taxi driver.
I don't think the things that he's missing is what freaks out the taxi driver.
That's probably true. But I was just pointing out the damage because the one back in the restaurant or whatever is perfectly fine. The only animatronic that is damaged is Fox. So they don't really go into that, but that's a thing that is happening. So that's why I was like, this movie probably, like the fans of the franchise are loving this movie apparently because all the little nods here and there, but they know all the backstory behind it.
Yeah, and we don't know shit. We didn't even notice it was a different guy.
We don't know anything, and it's boring me.
Yeah, but go watch the lore video.
I didn't watch the lore videos. I watched this movie, and this movie bored me.
We're all going to go spend 9 hours of prep work to watch this movie. And look, I'm curious to see if I come back to it with a different interpretation. So I'm going to watch
prep work is something you do before.
Yeah.
Not after.
Well, yeah,
so
I don't got time.
The time is over.
I'm going to spend those 9 hours preparing my tater tot body for my second life.
Perhaps we can do the prep work for the inevitable sequel, right?
We got to put in the hard work.
We'll put in the 9 hours over the course of like a year.
Nah.
But the first kid he chased in his stream is the one that's inside of Golden Freddy, apparently. Because he was their colors and their outfits kind of correlate with the animatronics they're in.
Yeah, apparently. Ryan.
Yellow rabbit. Ryan. A rabbit. That is yellow.
Yellow
Good
rabbit.
Work. Good work.
So...
Where are we? What are we talking about?
I don't know.
This is technically where the diner scene happens and all that.
Oh my god, no, we're way past that. Let's go to some... Where does this movie actually start getting fun?
Okay, so
skip to
let's see.
When the people break in.
Nebraska poster, Thunder Time,
That's
Time to
kind of fun, but even then I'm like,
Okay, so he has the dream and he chases the kids and he chases the little ginger with the hook hand and he gets slashed. And then he wakes up and the slash is real.
I didn't like that.
This is the first time we actually see one of the animatronics has moved, like Foxy's in the blinking lights. The question, this might be where Ryan was thinking about Balloon Boy being maybe his brother, because for some reason in the mirror when he wakes up, it's written, "It's me."
It's me.
They never explained why that.
I didn't even notice that you're saying that. I don't even know what you're talking about.
When Mike wakes up from his first dream inside the Fosbears after the cut.
No, I hear you.
Foxy. In the mirror there, it shows "It's me" written in the steam.
Yeah.
And then he gets woken up by the cut, and then Convenient Cop shows up. Who's also Suspicious Cop. Linda was immediately suspicious of this. She's like, "Oh yeah, she's involved." I'm like, "Yeah, she is, child. You know what's up." And she knows everything about this place. I was like, "That's really not good." And then she starts explaining to Mike, "Yeah, the kids went missing." And this is the part where, again, this is my second watch through. She goes through, it's like, "Mike, you got to see this, man." She goes out there, she turns on all the power, she hits the button to make the robots start dancing. She knows Kid Ghosts are in those robots, and she's making them perform like damn monkeys for this guy who she's got the hots for.
I don't think she has the hots for him.
She does, because right before the guitar fizzles out, she quickly goes, and Ryan said it earlier, "Want to dance?" Like, she was she serious? That's so.
She was
Short
serious.
King Swagger must have.
She's like
to
a
her.
child.
Well, no, she wants to keep give the ghost some company.
I kind of think that too, because she knows she's doing her best to make.
She's got some guilt.
This situation, yeah, big.
And instead of burning the place down and shooting her dad in the head, she's doing this. Why? I don't know. What?
Well,
what
it's
is
her
it?
daddy. He was so good to her. He gave her an airplane toy.
Didn't kill her.
Those animatronics were so fucking good.
Yeah, they look real good.
They're okay.
Jim Henson Studio. Ryan, they're fucking great.
Ryan, pissing me off.
This is not
pissing me off.
This is not Willy's Wonderland, Daniel.
Those weren't animatronics.
And
those were robots.
Those are people in suits.
And Willie's?
These are animatronics. They built these things, Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did they, Daniel?
What are you doing?
The Foxy one was an animatronic thing that they had to follow behind to move because it had so many holes and stuff in it. See through it. The rest of them, I'm guessing, were kind of like a Ninja Turtle situation.
You're a Ninja Turtle.
Motorized suits that they got inside.
How badly did you want to fuck those then?
Well, if they had a turtle one, sploosh. But you know what really got me suspicious of the cop? She encouraged him to steal that badge from Freddy's.
I mean...
She's like, "Here's your badge." She took it out of the toy bin area, put it on him, like, "There you go. There's your badge." Then he leaves, doesn't lock the gate.
I'm going to ask a question. Is he there for 5 nights?
Probably not.
So the name of the thing is it doesn't even happen?
I can't guarantee if he is or isn't, but, you know.
I feel like it's 3 or 4.
So he's there for night one, then he leaves, and the place gets robbed, gets tossed. Then he goes...
Does she show up the first night?
No. It's second night she shows up, because he doesn't have the poster the first night. So that's second night, then it gets tossed. Then his babysitter doesn't show up because she's dead. So then third night, he brings his sister, and they have a good old time.
And so fourth night...
Because she's getting...
is when all the bad things happen.
Fourth night, he's like, you're not coming back here.
And then she breaks in herself. So I don't know if they get to a fifth night. But knowing us, we probably fucked it up somehow.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Let's just assume there's 5.
We get to the break-in, so that's...
No, we're past the break-in.
Well, no, we talk about the kills.
We didn't talk
and stuff,
about
though.
the break-in at all,
we didn't
right?
talk about the break-in.
Oh my God.
Kenny didn't go beat by beat through any of these kills. I would have known.
Because we've been jumping on. You wanted to talk about the lawyers so fucking bad, Ryan.
Yeah,
so goddamn bad.
That's the only thing
I want off the whole thing.
That's the only thing I want to talk about in this movie. We've hit it.
You don't want to talk about the cupcake in the fridge.
You don't want to talk about the cupcake,
where it's like one of those zombie movies where the severed head just levitates and comes out and eats someone and does the exact same with a puppet cupcake for reasons.
It's fun.
We get our first real kill stalking thing.
You got the one guy screaming and running away. It's funny. It's fun.
Up to this point, we've only got glimpses of them being creepy. When the first guard is being stalked at the hallway and he can't get out of the door, then they're doing that little humming, singing that doom doom.
Yeah, that is creepy.
Like, that was so good.
Yeah.
And
Nail
then
on the pan.
The cupcake comes flying out of the fridge at the one guy, gets him. The other guy is freaking out because he's getting attacked by the bunny? I don't even remember. And then the main guy, the brother, is seeing all this shit going on through the cameras, and he's like, "What the like? Why are you freaking out there?" So he goes running out with all the arcade tokens he stole. I don't think those were even quarters or anything. I think it was just, I don't know what good those arcade tokens are gonna do him.
Well, think about it, you melt that down into
aluminium. Yeah, well, he goes down there, he freaks out, he starts running, he starts losing his coins like Sonic underwater, because he ran out of air, so his coins are gone. because he's running. And that's why he's out of air, because he's not in great shape.
Like Sonic would be underwater. And Sonic runs out of air because he's underwater and he doesn't have gills. Because he's not a fish. Fish have gills. Sonic is did you just say he's a wombat?
That's what I said.
He's an hedgehog.
Yeah, he's a wombat all along.
And hedgehogs are weird when you think about them.
They are weird when you think about them.
Have you ever seen a baby one?
No. Have you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, on the internet, yeah.
Oh.
They're cute. Actually, they look like little ball sacks.
Oh, gross. Well, this is the part where they really establish that we're not going to be showing you all this bloody, gruesome action on screen. All these guys get killed, like, out of shot, like behind a door with a, opaque window.
Yeah. Children's movie.
But then Max comes inside, wondering where the hell her brother is, taking all this time. She goes in there, running around. She sees the animatronic in the back. She stands up and starts to put her head towards its mouth.
Stupid.
You don't put your head or any part in anything with teeth.
Didn't she see a child, a ghost child?
So, yeah, she chases a child back there. That's right.
She sees the child go into the thing, or hears the child in the thing, and then she's like, "Are you in there, little child?"
Yeah, now, does an arm reach out and grab her?
So it's doing like a fake out thing, because it's got like an alien mouth, like a xenomorph mouth, and you're expecting that to shoot out at her. But instead, she gets like sucked into the thing and then chomp.
Yeah, and it cuts back. We see this all in shadow, and she gets chomped in half, and half the body drops. And now this part right here is a little too gruesome for children. So that's where like they fucked up their line, where it's like, you could have taken any child to see this and maybe been okay, but now you got to make sure you're taking your, like my kids can watch this. Ryan's kid could probably watch this, but you're not playing this one in your elementary school, like you would Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Oh, well, we can come right out and say this movie was not scary at all. The jump scares were even kind of weak.
It's not scary. I wasn't scared.
It's not scary.
I wasn't scared of anything.
Were you having a good time?
I've never been scared, Ryan.
That's not my question. Were you having a good time?
I'm not scared of anything.
Oh, is that right?
Was I having a good time? I was having a long time.
Oh, I was having an okay time.
What happened is I realized that this movie is not for me.
Yeah, this is not what I want out of my murdering robot movie.
It's not what I wanted.
It's like I was feeding off the energy I was getting from Linda while we were watching it, because she straight up turned into Corey Feldman when he was spying on that naked lady across the street. She de-evolved. She was like so excited. It's like, oh my God. I can't believe they did that. Oh, is that really happening? She's been counting down the days till this came out since the start of October. Every time I would pick her up, she'd be like, 17 more days. Like, it's been nonstop. So I think I was feeding off of that a little bit, and it worked for her. And so I was like, I get it.
So weird that children would like this instead of getting a massive disappointment that we had with like Mortal Kombat Annihilation, where you walk out and you're like,
bad.
You're like, this is ass.
That's because we already had a good movie.
So you're saying like they have the opportunity to have that moment with a sequel?
Yeah, when Five Nights at Freddy's Annihilation comes out.
If you give me the choice, at the very
start of the movie, they snap
between this movie
neck
and Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
I choose Annihilation.
I'm choosing Annihilation.
I think I'm probably choosing this one because I'm going to listen to this lore.
Yeah, but that's not contained within this movie. That's something you have. Something additional you have to go seek. It has nothing to do with what you're watching.
If they wanted to be cool,
so Exorcist Believer situation.
They should have done something that worked into the existing continuum of lore and have it be a part of the whole instead of carving out chunks and doing its own thing.
For sure. That could have worked.
Okay. You need to explain this to me. Why is Abby, even before they go to this place, why is she drawing pictures of the kids?
I don't know.
I had that same note. So my only guesses for me, trying to justify that, is
I think it's a mistake.
They are connected. It could just be a mistake. Is maybe they are connected because Garrett, her brother, was one of the victims, and maybe they had some sort of link. Because in this world,
but he's not dreaming about the kids before then.
He's not, but maybe she is. Who says Mike's the only one that can do this dreaming thing?
Who says Daniel? Hey, Daniel.
Abby's been around her brother her whole life.
I think the movie says it, but I don't know.
But Daniel, are your friends in the machines ghosts?
No, they're alive, dog.
No, she says, yeah, how else could they make the robots move? You stupid idiot.
She says, yeah,
brother.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's pretty much what she says. And
of course
I like
they're ghosts. Yeah, I did like that.
This girl was giving me the same vibes as the girl from that Creepshow short. Like, no, this is happening. Obviously, this is happening. We just deal with it. It's life. Like, she's not put off by it at all. It's like, yeah, ghosts.
Do I know how a television works? No. Do you?
No. Ghosts.
Don't know how ghosts work either, but here we are.
Here we are. You're in one. It's fine. Okay, first off, sending Cupcake through the vent, that's fun. Cupcake should be the only one going through those vents. Those vents. Yeah. Cupcake is great.
As a muffin.
You shut your culinary mouth.
I'm just kidding. It's a cupcake.
Oh. Aunt Jane, because she's mean and she smells like cigarettes. And that's all I need to hate a person, too.
We can all agree on that.
Smells like cigarettes, yeah.
We get another balloon boy popping up, which is hilarious. And then we're going to take baby sister to work. And that's where I said sleeping on the job in a creepy place is one thing, but doing it with your kid sister there too is another. And I think that's where the cop also kind of draws the line eventually.
Yeah, this cop has
like,
weird morality
to your
lines,
or something.
Man. Killing kids, cool with it. Sleeping on the job? What are you doing?
What are you doing? Well, he has another dream.
This is my father's place.
Take it seriously.
Take it seriously.
Oh
my father owns this establishment.
It's a whole franchise.
And you're not, it is a whole franchise. And you're not doing it the respect it deserves.
Kids are dying to get in here and out of here.
And out of here. They die. Oh, man.
Dying. I hear the secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep. Oh my God, I get it, because he's dreaming.
Oh, wow.
And those are the secrets that he's keeping, because he's probably talking in his sleep. And his sister wanders out of her tent because she hears little kid noises. And they're like, Abby. And that kid's not smart because you gotta be like, nah, dog. And then she's having what are clearly terror screams, not tickle screams.
What's the difference?
You can tell a difference. You can tell. I can tell. I think.
Apparently you can't.
And he goes out there and Abby's being like gangbang tickle fight by all these animatronics. And Mike's like, I'm about to fuck you up. And beat him with a chair. And like the bear's walking over, like giving him the angry eyes. Like, oh, buddy, you about to be killed. You about to be killed. And then Abby runs up like, nah, man, that's my brother. He ain't crazy. He's cool. And this is the part where I'm thinking in the second watch is they were going to kill Mike because we find out that Afton is telling them like, hey, I need you to kill like the people that come in. Like you do your killing work. He manipulates them with the drawings and all that bullshit. We'll get into that later. But Mike or Steve Raglan, Afton, didn't realize that Mike was going to bring his sister there. So the robots had no instructions on what to do with Abby. So they immediately went into just playing with the kid because, hey, it's a kid like us. This doesn't totally hold up because they didn't have instructions on the people who broke into the place either. And they killed the shit out of them. But this is the first part where Abby, being a kid and friendly to them, supersedes Yellow Rabbit as their friend.
We're children.
And then they're going right back into, oh, we got to kill Mike. But she's like, nah, man, he's one of us. He's a real one.
He makes me dino nuggets.
Makes me dino nuggets. Then it makes a grilled cheese and tomato soup, which is, badass. And then the angry eyes go away, and we get a weird little play session, which made me uncomfortable. And
I was uncomfortable too. It was. I was very tense. I was unsettled.
Yeah. It's like playing with like an animatronic at a park or something.
It's like playing with a velociraptor.
Yeah, sooner or later, a velociraptor gonna raptor.
Raptor's gonna raptor.
The chicken one winks better than Ryan does. Did he try it?
I don't think he did. He's been blinking a lot, maybe. I don't know.
That's his
now
wink.
He's squinting. Clint Eastwood squint.
I'm like, that's a good wink. You know? You like to see a wink like that.
Popeye.
So, but, okay, we get out of that weird night. I didn't like that interaction.
I didn't like the interaction we just had.
Well, that's most of our interactions. But, like, Mike's okay. We're all just going to sit there and play with these fucking robots now, and it's just all kosher.
Well, but he's not cool with it.
First night? The cop didn't find out. He doesn't talk to the cop about it until the next night,
She's
right?
there.
Is that the building the fort?
She walks
session?
in and then they build the fort.
No, I think that's another night.
1 + 1
+ 2
+ 2.
Look, I'm hanging out because Doug is no longer in this movie and my interest has gone down. But as soon as you want to talk about the creepy yellow, as soon as you want to talk about the end of the movie, I'm back in.
That's fine.
Because once
we go back home,
the creepy yellow rabbit with the way it's hunched and it walks, that's when I woke back up.
Fair enough. And the way he walked was fantastic.
Yeah, it was so good.
So we'll get there. So let's go back home. We're having our tomato soup, grilled cheese talk. And this is where I also point out was she drawing them before she ever met them?
Right, because he finds it. Like, if there had been a scene, they just needed like a little 2-second scene of him pulling the papers out of the backpack.
Right.
But they were already on the desk.
But then the question then becomes, was his brother one of them that we just never specifically said was in one of them? And that's why once he came there and had the dream there, the ghost of his brother was able to tie it all together.
No.
And
no, plot.
Yeah,
plot,
I don't think
plot
so
hole,
either.
Plot
but that's
hole,
like
plot hole.
That's us just trying to fill their thing.
Ghosts aren't real, plot hole.
But Mike sees his sister's drawings. Is like, how long? Like, you've been drawing these? And that was already like weird enough. But then he pulls out a drawing she did of Garrett in the back of the car being kidnapped. So she's seen the dream.
See, that's
somehow.
why I think that he should have pulled those out of the backpack. Like, she just drew that.
This is why Aunt Jane might be a better guardian, because Mike is not checking her backpack every day.
This is true. He's a little sleep deprived.
He sleeps all the time, Kenny.
I'm not gonna look at every piece of shit you draw.
But you gotta check their backpack for notices, notes, homework, cupcakes, weapons, glitter,
cupcakes, muffins.
If you bring glitter into this house, so help me.
This is a glitter-free house. And slime, we don't do slime in this house.
You don't do
Slime's
slime.
Okay.
All right, bring all your slime in my house. Bring your crumbs in my house.
Give me your slime,
baguettes,
your crumbs, your disintegrating morsels, yearning to fall onto the carpet.
This is true.
This is the way.
My notes say I'm right. It was 2 different nights because he brings his sister back to the place of the evil robots. Then they go do all these fort building. The fort building was amusing when the one robot was trying to lift the table up and then it fell backwards with his arms in the air and then it gave the thumbs up.
Yeah.
It's like the Terminator going into the... Yeah.
You know you chuckled.
You laughed, Ryan.
I went, ha.
You like Sky Cycle, Ryan.
I said to myself, who would have really liked this? Hash Brown Doug. He would have really liked this.
No, they turned him into hash browns.
No.
If he had seen that, he would have laughed and laughed.
He would have rolled on the ground. They would have had to go get him because he's rolling away.
To get a paper bag to put him in.
Maybe two, because he would soak through the one.
It is a grease ball.
Now, it's the size of the animatronic they would need for him.
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't fit.
Hippo. They do a hippo.
He wouldn't fit. He's too big. He's cultivating mass the size of this lad.
They decide they need a ceiling for their fort, so the cop's like, oh, I know where stuff is for that. Doug. And they go into the back of the place looking for some tablecloths, and they see another animatronic sitting back there against the wall with, like, these weird spring-loaded things sticking out of its chest. And Mike wants to go put his fingers in it. And the lady's like, don't put your fingers in that, and shoves a mop handle in it, and it shreds the mop handle in half. And all I'm saying...
What are you saying?
...is that's a horrible design flaw if you're supposed to have people in that thing, and that thing's propping the suit out, but then it can just spring in and close on your body.
They were pretty tight, yeah. One would say they were made by a madman.
And then Mike is all... getting real suspicious cop.
But they don't need a person in them to move, so I don't know why you would ever have a person in them.
But those all have people in them.
Right, but...
Dead people.
But you don't need a person, because they're aiming...
But sometimes you want to feel powerful.
Oh.
Yeah. But they go back out to where the little girl's about to get Jurassic Park. She wants to go up there and touch the guitar.
Oh, she's going to get electrocuted.
And the cop is like, no, don't. And then she touches it and she gets electrocuted across. She says 3. She wakes up. She's all smoking. And, the cop's like, go home, Mike. And then she's like, you do whatever you want with your life, but like, don't bring your sister in here. And that's where I'm like, okay.
But so you were all on board with the fort building.
Yeah. She played all along. But the thing is, she's okay with him being killed, despite the fact that he's possibly a decent person. But she draws the line at his sister being killed. Is it because I was like, he didn't ask for it either. He's a victim here too.
Kenny, I just have a running note, and it pops up every about 10 lines where it says, die. Vanessa, die. Just die. Just hurry up and die. I want you dead. Mm-hmm. Die.
I thought you were going to say it says, Doug, where is Doug? Doug, where is Doug?
It is only amongst our discussion here that I have realized how much the problem with the movie is not enough Doug.
Like a Doug.
Not enough Doug. That's the problem with the movie.
At least we get to bring angry, crappy Aunt in to be a babysitter so Mike can go back to the job.
If she had brought Doug with her, that's another scene you could have had Doug in.
Could have had Doug there, and Doug would have been fine. He'd been sitting on the couch while she got murdered.
Yeah.
Abby's all mad. She blacks out Mike's face all emo and shit, and he goes back to the pharmacy to grab his sleep pills where the pharmacist starts talking to him about warm milk and chamomile, and he just like walks away without even talking to him.
Yeah, get your homeopathic bullshit out of here. I've
never liked warm milk unless it's like hot chocolate. That's gross. If it's just warm milk, fuck that.
Now, what he should have told them is like, here's what you do, Mike. Shower, bath, shower. And then
you're good.
Your day is done.
You're good.
It's nap time at that point.
Yeah. Mike's plan is to go back to the place with the dangerous robots and go right back to fucking sleep. Like, I'm going to get in this dream. I'm going to get out of it good.
So, like, I'm of the opinion that there is a perfect chair for everyone.
That's his?
And he's found his.
Damn, are you in yours right now?
No? I haven't found mine yet.
He's like, guys, don't run away from me this time, okay? Like, hey, look, I just want to know what happened to my brother. Can you guys help me? And the robot's like, look, we only want one thing, too, and we all know what they want. They wanted Abby, and they're like, we want Abby. Like, look, we can't tell you who took your brother, because, well, probably we're not allowed, but in reality, but we can let you live in this dream every night where you get to hang out with your family and be your family. So he doesn't even get, like, real life thing. He just gets to go to a happy place every night.
Yeah, but he spends more time sleeping anyway than living.
He sleeps all the time.
Here's the thing, though. He's purposely going back to that memory. I think he's already got it within him to pick a different memory to go back to every night in the dream. He could already have a happy dream with the family.
Well, you're right.
Night.
He doesn't want that. At this point, up until this point, he didn't want that. He's been trying to solve the moida.
Yeah, he's like, well, you know what? Yeah, you can have her. I just want my brother back. And then he's like, oh shit, I forgot. That's my sister, though. Then I'll be searching for her forever.
Here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing, Dogger. Just dream she's there with you, too.
Yeah.
Boom. Problem solved.
Did they really need his permission, though?
It's contract. It's like the invitation.
But anyway, he's back to square one because now he's got his brother back in the dreams, but now his sister's gone. And there's no takesies backsies. And he tries to take these backsies, and then these claw-having-ass kids keep running at him. Back and forth, clawing at his shit.
I didn't like that.
And then he wakes up in the chair.
That's fine.
With the bear thing coming at him, and then Scrotum's bolt gets loose, and he slides out, and he sees all the dead people, and then the dum-dum-dum noises happen again, the hum-hum-hum-hum-hum. I'm like, oh, that's so good. And then we jump back to the house, and Evil Aunt is there, and Golden Freddy is there, and that's when I was told that he can teleport, and Golden Freddy, has some off-scene shenanigans with Aunt Jane, and, like, goes and gets Abby, like, hey, look, we can go. It's all good. It's fine. Goes out there. We see Aunt Jane's, like, legs. She's blocked by, like, the couch or whatever. And the little boy is like, silly Aunt Jane. She fell asleep. Oh, and I'm like, ooh, you dick. But then I'm like, is he going to teleport Abby to the restaurant? No, get out there. There's a poor cab guy, and I love this fucking scene. And the little girl gets in the car, and it's like, oh,
streamer?
Where to? Is it one of them? I don't know. There was like two that were big on this. Was it like Markiplier? And
he wasn't in this.
No, he wasn't. But there was another big YouTube streamer that's kind of partly responsible for all the.
I feel like this might have been that guy.
Maybe. I don't know. But then the car shakes, and then he looks back, and the robot's back there too, which I thought was a nice touch. Corey X Kenshin. Corey Williams. So I guess that's probably him. Anyway, they take a cab to the place, and he's like, the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. Doesn't say that, but he was thinking that. And then convenient cop shows up, save the day, because she knows, okay? She knows what's going on. It's complicated. I'm his daughter. That wasn't that complicated. That was actually kind of simple.
Yeah, and we all knew it.
And then, and then Mike says, look, I had a little whoopsie, okay?
I peed my pants on the way here.
Sorry, did you say he had a bobo tea?
I said, no, he had a little whoopsie. In my dream, I said they could have Abby. A little whoopsie.
Oh, a little whoop.
Yeah. And like, do they only make kids like them? I don't know. But then she goes on talking about how her father, William Afton, did the murders and they never looked inside the robots. And then she shows him the picture of her standing with her dad. Any competent
police force would have looked inside the robots.
Five Nights at Freddy's takes place in like a Nordic country.
All right, I take it back.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
They were lucky to get a response at all.
Yep, and she shows the picture of her holding Garrett's airplane, and Mike's like, "You knew he took my bubba? you knew he took my bubba?"
Until you just said that, I didn't put together that that's the same airplane.
Yeah, same airplane. Really? And he says, "Well, they're gonna take my."
I'm a little stupid.
Oh, that's what my imaginary friend said.
Oh no! You guys hear him say, like, when he's shouting the word sister, it sounds so fucking weird.
What did he say?
Like, when he's like, they're gonna take my sister!
You, Adrian!
Like, it's so weird.
It's my sister.
You guys are gonna take my sister!
Well, this must be the fifth night, because now we're gearing up. He's gonna tase them, bro. She's giving them tasers,
giving them spark equipment.
Like, cattle prods, no guns. And then she's like, look, you can't go through the front door. And I'm like, why can't he go through the front door?
They're gonna expect that.
Yeah, so then he goes, like, this is the perfect entrance. It's like a vent. And he goes, like, okay. And she's like, I can't help you. It's my dad. Look, family, I can't help you. It's not my place. Look, that's my daddy. Yeah, I love him. Dear old daddy.
I love him.
So he goes sneaking through the fence.
I don't agree with his views on everything.
It's pop. It's pop.
Sometimes I know Thanksgiving is rough.
So I understand why you got to do this.
Thanksgiving is rough. He tries to talk about my interests. I try to talk about his interests. He's only interested in one thing, and that is child death. And I am not here for it. I asked him
to take off the suit for dinner, and he won't take off the suit.
He always shows up in the... Was he a bunny? He's always showing up in
the yellow bunny.
In the yellow bunny suit. And I say, Pop-Pop.
He's never washed it.
Pop-Pop, you gotta wash the suit.
Wash the suit. Because I smell your piss over the turkey. I'd rather just smell the turkey.
Where's his mom? Where's mom?
He probably killed her.
Oh my god.
But it's like, I'm gonna go there and be like, you took my bubba? I'm gonna go tell him. So he gets there. Oh, she also mentions that, he knows you're after him now. Bruh. He hired him in the first place. It's not like he didn't know he was going to be kind of after him. He hired him.
Well, but he hired him with the understanding that he didn't know who he was. Now he knows.
True. Now he can't be surprised. Anyway, he sneaks in through these vents, which they're still, again, way too big. He gets out there. The machines bring Abby in there, and Golden Freddy doesn't go inside with her, and she sees him up there dancing, and she's all happy. And then... What is it? The chicken is Chica is luring her back to a room in the back, and the other two are still out there dancing. And they think they see a movement, and he freezes behind the thing, and the robots, like, the music like fades out a little bit, and they stop, and Freddy's just like staring over there, like, ah. And then enough time passes, and he goes back to just dancing, and I realize that they're straight up Metal Gear Solid guards, like they just go right back to their, like, well, clearly nothing happened, so let's go right back to business as usual. And then he takes a bucket of water, dumps it on stage. They don't feel the water on their feet because they're robots, so I guess that's okay. And then he tases the water, which incapacitates them for a little bit. Then he runs more into the back. Further in the back, he catches up as Chica's trying to shove Abby into the animatronic to make her like them. And he gives her a tase. And then they go trying to escape out of there, but the cupcake grabs him on the leg, and he loses his cattle prod. And Abby goes running, and then she's hiding from Foxy while he's back there getting his leg chomped, which is hilarious.
I thought it was funny too.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. The cupcake is the star.
The cupcake works, Ryan.
Cupcake works, goddammit. It works.
It works.
Ryan.
How does it work?
It's a better animatronic than Doug as a lawyer.
Oh. Shots fired at the McDonald's.
Doug secretly fights crime too. By day, he's a lawyer. But by night?
By night, he's a chicken nugget who fights crime.
He's a chicken.
His secret identity is Doug Man.
Doug Man.
Doug,
and he
you
throws
Doug Man? No.
Sauce packets at the bad guys to stun them.
Taco Bell sauce. Slip on it.
He's like, I took extras of these the last time I was there. Pacha.
The ant stole sugar packets, so Doug probably stole ketchup packets.
Well, you don't have to steal Taco Bell things. They'll just give them to you.
Yeah, but normally you have to order something while you're there. They didn't order anything. I love, though, when they get hit by the electricity, how they just freeze up and fall straight backwards. That cracks me up every time. She's hiding in the ball pit from Foxy.
Fighter of the ant, Mom.
Law.
Champion of the child.
In the end, he was
He's
the real
a master of potatoes.
Oh, God.
And friendship for everyone.
Have you guys ever been somewhere that had the carpet that the Freddy's place there had? With all like, the fake confetti and the black background and stuff all over it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I hate that fucking carpet. I think they had it like in a bowling alley in my hometown.
Why hate? Why hate?
Because if you drop something on that carpet, it's gone forever.
Oh, you can't find it?
You cannot find shit on that carpet.
Don't drop it, Butterfingers.
You learn not to. It is so bad. Well, she's hiding from Foxy, and then out comes our yellow bunny animatronic. But it's moving a little more, I don't know, organically.
You can see. There's a person in it, and you can see.
I couldn't see. I didn't know. When that reveal happened, I went, whoa!
Is this another Daniel's brightness is so far up?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm starting to think Daniel's eyes are just better than everyone else's.
Definitely Ryan's.
Definitely mine.
Ryan couldn't even tell the faces were all the same in men.
Yeah, it's true. That's a good point. Maybe if he had turned up his brightness, he would have been able to see that.
That's fair. So, Ryan, tell me about Yellow Bunny Man.
He's got a creepy walk. He's coming down the hallway, but he's got a hunch. He's hunched over to the side, and so all the other animatronics are pretty vertically aligned, straight up and down. This one's got that hunch. He's just coming at him like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up so bad. It's so good. And then I'm like, oh, he took off his hat. Oh my god, it's a counselor. Called it.
Yeah, Shaggy is the man in the mask. Now, Linda had a problem. According to her, that suit did not have enough rot. There should be green rot on that suit. But then she was like, I'm okay with it because he wasn't dead in the suit yet. But if we get another one and he's back there dying and it will have more rot. And I'm like, duly noted.
Oh, well, that's fine.
So, yes, Raglan is Afton and is the cop's father. And he is there to, put down Mike. And he goes on to talk about, yeah, how crazy is it? I took your brother, you showed up in my office. That was too good a situation to pass up. So, that's great. I'm gonna kill you now. Like, obviously you couldn't tase me and it would work, bro. I'm not like them. Silly.
Should it even work on them?
Yeah.
I could see it messing with their electronics, and I could see it messing with the electronics of his suit, but not maybe reaching him.
Right, but if it messes with the electronics, he shouldn't be able to move.
Well, I was gonna say, I think his suit should have still been fucked up, unless the reason they stay out is because like their whole thing has to reboot or something.
Ghosts don't like electricity.
Ghosts don't like electricity. Shocker, they all seen that movie and they didn't like it.
I don't like electricity either.
Electricity hurts me. Convenient cop shows up to save the day. She tases Foxy before she gets Abby, and then Vanessa runs in there to confront Daddy, and he's like threatening to shoot her, and Daddy's like, aren't you a little old for temper tantrums? Or yeah, a little old for temper tantrums, aren't we, Vanessa? And that was that Stu Macher cadence I was talking about earlier. Like, that's it's like, oh, yeah, a little evil Lillard. Ah, he's so good at being bad and so good at being good. He's so good at everything. I love Matthew Lillard. And he blames Vanessa for the whole situation. Like, well, if you hadn't have been in here doing this and that, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, this is what he does. He manipulates her. He's a manipulator since childhood. And this is where we get the random thing where Abby read the script, and she knows that if I just draw a different picture, then they'll know what really happened. The only reason the kids don't know that the yellow rabbit killed them is because there's happy pictures of them with the yellow rabbit in crayon on the wall. So they're like, Mike and Abby are like, let's split up. She runs over and starts doing a drawing. The yellow bunny stabs Vanessa, and he's going to start chasing down Mike. But then she's over there. He doesn't realize she's a quick artist. And she over there, and then she slaps it up on the wall over the happy kids with Yellow Bunny, showing Yellow Bunny murdering all the kids. And she's like, look, this is what he really did to you. He's a bad man. And then she runs away. And then Mike gets back with Abby, and they grab Vanessa to drag her out of there as Afton is being surrounded by the robots. And he's like, look at these nasty things you've become, you wretched, rotten little beasts. And that's like all things I said to Daniel on a weekly basis when we lived together. Like to try to motivate him.
I could be grosser, be nastier. I hear you.
I know you could.
Do better.
I know you could do better. And then so they surround him, and then one of them takes a swipe at his torso and exposes those little spring locks. and then they lock into him. And that, again, that's a major design flaw. So he's getting like murdered by the suit he's wearing now. And he grabs his helmet, and Linda lost her shit right here. Because he goes, I always come back, and puts the helmet on. She's like, oh my God, no, he said it. He didn't say it. Oh my God, that's the line he says. So apparently him saying that is significant.
That's the line he says.
That's the line he says.
Oh.
I appreciate that he's accepting at this point that he is going to die, and he's just going to die in the suit. The suit is him.
Yeah.
Puts the helmet on, slinks into the back. Surely he's dead by now. Now we cut to Abby's fine. She plays with Legos now. Good. Major improvement. They ask her, do you want pizza or spaghetti? And she says both. I think that's a good choice. She can have both. Mike's like, you can't have both.
She can't have both because, once again, Mike has no job. So
there's got to be some sort of settlement.
Settlement for what?
The Afton estate has to pay out them all their...
I don't think you can do anything and let anyone know, otherwise the daughter would get in trouble.
Well,
guys,
it's not her fault.
There is a dead ant in his living room that does not get addressed.
It's fine.
That's why I'm saying you can't say anything.
Doug took care of everything.
Doug, as much as I love Doug, I mean, Doug's idea of taking care of things is to take you to a beautiful McDonald's breakfast. Pancakes and hash browns. And he says, look at this hash brown. Family resemblance. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
You see me?
Now you see me? Now you don't. And then he eats it. And it's a funny joke that works every time.
Every time. I'm confused about how much time passes in this ending segment here, because she's back in school.
12 years.
The cop is in a coma at the hospital being taken care of.
Oh, God.
And we're like,
she just should have died.
We're here for you.
No, kill her.
And then,
she knows about your brother, Mike. She's been keeping it a secret. She knew about your brother
the whole time.
She took his toy, Mike. Kill her. Kill her.
Yeah, but Ryan, what you're not failing to understand is that she's pretty.
No, she's not.
Sure. It's all right.
More importantly, she threw your pills in the river.
She did throw your pills in the river.
That was doing him a favor. That's of doing him a favor.
But we cut back there, and Afton is still in the back of the restaurant bleeding out and dying.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't died yet.
He's tough. He's stubborn. He's a bad man.
And then we cut to the credits, and that Jammin' Five Nights at Freddy's song is playing. Linda loves that fucking song, okay? She was rocking out.
I might have thought this sucked.
It did.
The song?
I don't remember, but I feel like I thought it sucked.
It's not to my taste.
The tempo is slower than I'd like.
It's 100%
Was it like
taste.
someone describe the song to me so I can know if it sucked or not?
Enya.
No, then it would have been good.
Who can say where tater tots go when they
die?
But they're Doug.
So, yeah, and then we get a little credits scene where the taxi's still sitting there and he's sleeping.
That was fun.
And he hears someone get in the car, and it's Balloon Boy again.
Yeah.
Now, that was fun, but I think this movie, the way it's set up and everything, like the whole Five Nights at Freddy's thing, is the perfect setup to do a straight up, at the very end of the credits, you have a jump scare. Like, that last thing rolls, and then you just pop it up there. Because that's what that whole game is about. Jump scares.
Right. Counterpoint. I think the movie should have ended... This is another movie that should have ended at the fade to black.
I have a counterpoint. Yeah, I agree with Ryan. Counterpoint, I would have already turned him off.
I'm sorry, what? You heard him.
Jeez.
I would have already turned the movie off.
You had already turned the movie off?
Yes, I had already turned the movie off.
There's a reason that the fox is over there in the Lost Woods by himself. I couldn't keep up with that. But
I
also
don't
the
care.
Fox is
There is a reason.
I remember. The only one that has a voice.
Has a voice? Oh.
So that's the only one that you hear humming around. The rest of them just lip sync.
Why
those
is that?
songs.
Do you think? Wonder.
I have no idea what the deal with Foxy is. Why he has to be all by himself. It's weird. Oh, okay. So Markiplier was offered a role as the previous guard
with his
in the
movie that he's making. Is that why?
Yeah, Iron Lung.
He can't show up for 15 minutes?
I guess not. That would have been good. I recognize him. What I've seen of him, he is amusing. What do you like better, Willy's Wonderland or this?
Willy's Wonderland. 100%.
Willy's Wonderland.
Easy choice.
The other two movies that are going to be linked together because people are like looking at conflicting box office.
So I was concerned that because
is this an Exorcist?
Yeah, so I was concerned that because we saw Willy's Wonderland first, it was going to taint how we viewed this one. I don't think it does, because this one's different enough that I know that this one's bad.
I'm not going to say it's bad. I will. Still enjoyed this movie, but I had a lot of stuff I didn't like about it.
It's not for us, Ryan.
Correct. It's not.
But I get it. I get this. I don't love everything it does. Like, I could cut chunks out of this. I could make this a great, but I don't totally hate this. Like, this one didn't insult me. And from what I can tell, it did what it needed to please the people that it was set up for. So, I mean, that's good, I guess. So I'd say, like, if you're a fan of the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, you've probably already seen this.
I mean, if you're a fan, like someone who actually stays awake through the 9-hour-long lore videos, this probably is the best thing to hit you. It makes you de-evolve on your bed as you're moving around, throwing pillows, acting like, cave people. And you know what? The only thing that really excited me was a man I thought looked like a tater tot. So here we are.
Hey, we all have weird fetishes, we all got them.
Yeah? I mean, okay. Did you see the Scream reference?
Yeah, Matthew Lillard.
Well, when Matthew Lillard inside the yellow bunny suit does the Scream knife wipe.
Did you get that, Daniel? Did you see it?
How is that a Scream reference? That's just wiping a knife.
It's the manner in which they do it. Right. Same way as they did it in...
Boo.
I don't know. Look, I had fun with this movie, but again, it could have been because of the audience I had with me while watching it. I had a better time with this than I did Exorcist.
Yeah.
You could do a supercut.
They both hit the mark they both miss the mark in different ways. Yeah, do a supercut, combine both movies, maybe you can make something good. I don't know.
I'll just say a supercut of just the good robot-y stuff in this, and like I don't know how you didn't love those animatronics, Ryan. Those things were fantastic looking.
Sure.
Like, I'm not even saying like, oh, they look accurate to the games, because I don't know that, but I'm saying like those things look so good. They looked better than the puppets in Willy's Wonderland.
Yes.
I don't think there were puppets. Those were people in suits.
The mascot outfits. I still would like to see the janitor come here and kick their asses. Like, I think the whole, they're just being manipulated by the guy who murdered them aspect, and that's why they're killing things, is dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I think we needed one more... Because the only thing we have to say that, it's the kids show their understanding perception of the world through the pictures they make. But I guess it's through the pictures that we give them as well, because they didn't make the picture of them holding hands with the bunny, and they didn't make the picture of the bunny killing them. That's something other people made and just posted it on the wall. So that doesn't really fit.
Very confused. They come back as very confused spirits, and he was able to like take advantage of that right off the bat. Like, no, this is what happened, and I'm here to like kind of make sure you're okay in this situation, and you help me. But I don't know. I don't know if they ever go into the lore. Do they ever go into the fact that, did he know they were going to turn into ghosts inhabiting the machines? Did he think? I have no idea. Is the man a genius? I don't know. I don't know. That's why I do want to watch all the lore and then come back. But if that's the case, if your movie is relying on you to have to go check out all these lore things just to understand what's going on, then your movie can't stand alone.
Well, it's not, though, because it's different.
It is different. So they needed to...
For me, there's a difference between, like, zeitgeist knowledge that I can read into a movie that makes it more fun to go through the layers, as opposed to absolute lore that you have to know in order to understand what's going on.
It would be like if to enjoy Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, you had to read the Silmarillion.
But I'd be willing to listen to the 12-day podcast about it.
I was just going to say, like, you don't need anything extra rolling into Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. He gives you everything you need right there.
Well...
Everything.
Are there little bitty things here and there?
Yeah, because I'm something of a scientist myself.
I know you are. He gives you that. So, I don't want to knock it because it seems like it was made just for those fans. I don't think Joe Schmo, like, horror fan walking in there like us without a real, affection for the series is going to walk out going, wow, that was the greatest thing ever. Like, I needed to either see those kills or needed to break it down, like, and make it even more kid-friendly overall. You got to pick one right in between. Like, is it? I know it's PG-13. Are we literally targeting 13-year-olds?
Yeah.
It's just so, I don't know. I mean, I'm okay with exposing kids to scary shit, even real life. People could kidnap you and murder you. I mean, that's
that
fine.
sentence could have gone multiple ways.
I think that prepares them.
Right, sure. I mean, yeah, let's experience it and talk about it through cinema. That's fine. But I don't know. This is not what I wanted out of my killer robot movie.
You wanted more killer robots. I wanted the robots to be evil. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to be evil. That's period. I wanted to be like, oh, it sucks that they're kid ghosts in there, but you know what? Now they're twisted kid ghosts.
Twisted.
Should we try to help them? Maybe, but while we're trying to help them, they're going to be trying to kill us the entire time.
I wouldn't help them.
Do I blame them? Not necessarily, but they're also still doing it, so...
Set them on fire.
Is what it is.
Burn the motherfucker to down. The ground. Well,
Unplug
I need job security.
That's true. He can keep going back there and working.
Yeah.
And sleeping.
Yeah.
I still had an okay time with this movie, but I didn't love it. It's a meh. I'll end up watching it again because Linda's going to want to watch it again. I think I will check into the lore just because even before this movie, I mean, she would randomly spout off lore stuff, and I found the audiobooks for free with the library that I was thinking about checking out at one of these days just to get an ears, kind of get a feel for it. We bought her the graphic novel versions, and I flipped through them, and it's like they're kind of cool. But the movie as it is, like standalone, it's average.
It's what you say, Kenny. This one you watch with your kids, and then when they go to bed, you pop in Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, but I almost want something even dark. I want something darker where the hero isn't Nicolas Cage able to just instantly beat the shit out of him. I want my killer animatronic. Is that Banana Splits?
The fuck is
Banana
that?
Splits, I think was. Oh well,
don't know that one.
Okay, then maybe we'll cover Banana Splits at some point. Banana Splits is another killer animatronic movie that came out in 2019. But I want the adult Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I don't want anyone getting out of this alive. I want there to be blood, gut, spit, and ass everywhere. I want to see all these bites of every year, 87, 83. Apparently, one of them, the robot bit off the frontal lobe of a kid, like bit through its and the kid survived?
Yeah.
Great.
I want that. Give me that.
Give it to him.
X is going to give it to me. I don't know. Go watch Willy's Wonderland. You guys should probably go check out Banana Splits, the Banana Splits movie. What's the other killer? Westworld?
Westworld has killer robots.
Sure.
Animatronics.
Terminator 2, Terminator 3,
I'm a big fan
4.
of Android 18 and 17 and 14 and 15 and 16
big fan of the Android saga.
And 13.
The Cell Saga.
I think there's a Cherry movie called Cherry or something that has an android in it.
Cherry 2000.
Cherry 2000.
Cherry 2000.
Yeah, everybody knows that one.
I know.
Reference everyone understands.
Automata? No. Automata.
Pia.
No, that's Amanamapia.
Deus Ex Machina.
Sure.
Let's just do fun robot movies now. Pacific Rim.
Oh, I love Pacific Rim. Not so much the second one.
Not so much the second one.
Okay.
No.
We're gonna close shut. We're canceling the apocalypse. Sorry if that was your favorite show. It's canceled.
Oh.
Canceled! Yeah, Ex Machina. That was the one I was thinking. You're right, Daniel.
I don't think I said anything.
Bicentennial Man. That movie Robots, where
iRobot.
Robin Williams is a voice.
You're talking about iRobot?
iRobot?
Where Robin Williams voices the robot and Will Smith has to fight the robots because the robots think that they know what's best for mankind, which is like, okay, so like then mankind can't like handle itself, so we gotta step in and handle it for them because the robots, and they know numbers and stuff.
I'd watch a movie if they made one about that creepypasta about the Disney portion resort that didn't ever get opened. Like it was, and there's like killer mascot things or something over there that have been there for the decades.
The Outer Limits episode where the dad recreates the dead son in a robot.
Oh, and, sure.
The dead son is like studying the footage and he's petting the thing.
So
Kitty,
soft. So soft.
He also watches the video of it's like, Daddy, and then he's like he's like working at it to say it just like how he says it in the videos. Daddy,
Daddy.
Yeah,
that's how I like them to call me Daddy.
Daddy.
Hell yeah.
How about some good dinosaur movies? You got Jurassic Park. How come there aren't more? How come someone not do a dinosaur movie that's not a Jurassic Park, like just a dinosaurs?
What do you mean?
Regular old dinosaurs.
Isn't it just walking with dinosaurs?
They're just out running around.
What is that?
Walking in Memphis with dinosaurs. I
don't want just like dinosaurs. There's got to be people that the dinosaurs eat. But like, why come we not have that? That's right. But how come there's not one that's not? Because like you got the Willy's Wonderland and the Five Nights with tater tots.
Well, there are, but you're just not watching those movies. Yeah. They exist. It's the same people that brought you Transmorphers.
Well, no, but I want that good because like.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen.
Why come, Daddy?
Dinosaurs. It's expensive.
Where's my live action Littlefoot with a big foot?
Babyfoot.
I guess you can't really do a live action because it would be like it's like that live action Lion King though, right?
Yeah. As always, I'm still your horrible host, Kenny, who is here for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, The Dugganing.
Hell yeah. I'm your favorite.
Malfunction.
I'm your favorite animatronic thing that's not alive that no one's caught on to yet. Daniel.
Washman Eater wants Hush Puppies, Doug!
Is Doug gonna make the Hush Puppies? Because I feel like that's like Doug like cooking like himself.
That's Doug aside.
That's Doug aside.
You don't see
Daniel, if you were an animatronic, you'd be the cupcake.
What you don't know is Doug.
Thank you.
He's in the back. And he's drinking. He's going, punch pop baby!
Doug's in the back jerking it in the corn dog batter. Like, let's be real here.
What would happen? What deep fried? You put the baby batter in the cornbread batter.
It's all batter, baby.
And you shake it all up.
Enjoy season 2, fuckers. Bye.
Waspinator.